Welcome back to my channel once again. It's your boy Cinematographer. Please, if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're returning, just comment, I like this new look again. What a week it has been. So to give you guys a little bit of context, I finally started shooting part of the video that I'm producing right now, the one that I said would probably be like my biggest video produced this year, or I don't know, we'll see, but I'm just saying this might be really cool. So I started shooting the interviews for that, and what I will say about that, it was a baptism of fire, an absolute baptism of fire. I'll get into that in a bit, but I did vlog a little bit of it. You'll probably see that throughout this entire video. It's top of the morning, we switched it up again. I'm off the lapels and back to the onboard mic right now. I'm actually running late for a shoot, but I'm gonna be shooting some interviews, so I have to head into town right now, so we can start setting up, lighting, all that crazy good stuff. I'm gonna take you guys along with me. But yeah guys, it's a beautiful Thursday morning. I hope your week has been going amazing. If it hasn't, now it should start going amazing. I think go get my camera. I'm not sure if everything is charged. Fingers crossed everything is charged, because we had a shoot yesterday as well. I'll probably put in some inserts of that. Yeah, quite the busy day, quite the busy week, and it's about to get even busier because next week I believe we should be in the mountains. So that's going to be a whole thing on its own, but stay tuned. Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. So to get into it, right, the video that I wanted to shoot, or the type of interviews that I kind of wanted to do, or the style that I was going for, was a very Netflix style. So I'll show my footage from my documentary that I shot in 2020/2021 and show you that interview style. So what I basically wanted to pursue with this particular interview style was to emulate this new age sort of Netflix style of shooting, where the camera is just really in your face, really off angle, breaking the rule of thirds, just to see how possible that is. So usually for me with style and framing, I generally try not to experiment. I want to say I don't experiment too much, because I do take risks, but I think I generally take risks within the actual rules. I don't generally break any rules of cinema or rules of composition and all that stuff, right? I think there's still much to be explored, and staying within the rules and all that stuff, particularly because I feel like sometimes I personally might not like it, or I might not like my own execution of it. So having to shoot something that big for the first time in a new style, that definitely had the pressure levels somewhere up here. They were definitely somewhere up here, but I was definitely down for the challenge, because I think the traditional one does get a little bit boring sometimes, and you can spice things up a little bit. But now this is where the baptism of fire begins. We have to start shooting at 8. We have an hour to set up lighting and start shooting the interview and finish it. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit murky and a little bit crazy, right? One, we can't switch off the house lights, which is one of the biggest problems to have when you're setting up lighting, particularly for an interview, because one of the first things you do is switch off the house lights, right? Then on top of that, I have to figure out the framing at the same time, and also figuring out the whole situation with the lights, right? Because now you are having these crazy fluorescents that don't look good, and you somehow have to kind of overpower them, and also have a little bit of a vibe going with your own lighting, and create your own aesthetic out of what is already happening, right? But I think the problem with that is I didn't have enough time to either come up with something and then think to myself, maybe I don't like that look, or maybe I don't like this. Like literally I had to set it up as if I knew what was going to happen as I was doing it, you know? So that was definitely an entire baptism of fire. But I think the interview footage came out really, really, really good. I think I was able to execute it in the manner that I wanted or envisioned, because also we kind of submitted what are these storyboards, and I actually pulled out the look that I actually wanted. Now it was a matter of will I be able to execute it under this kind of pressure with such little time. You know, it kind of felt like a Gordon Ramsay kitchen moment, low-key, right? But that worked out really good. Yeah, just that entire project in and of itself, having to kind of think that fast on the spot and still come up with something really cool, that was definitely very nerve-wracking. So yeah, that was actually very interesting. So over the coming week, I will be somewhere in our mountains grabbing more content. I really hope I'm able to kind of execute this vision the way that I see it. I think that's probably some of the most anxiety-inducing moments of being a cine, you know, where you have this vision that you can see so clearly, and at the same time know that anything and everything could go wrong. That dude Murphy and his laws, not great at all. But yes, we shot another episode of TRS. That was really, really cool. Went down to the studio today as well.
No, not technically. There's still nobody.
Anyway, because I'm gonna be out of the district for most of probably next week, except Wednesday because there's a public holiday, I have to make sure that I edit TRS, edit this video, shoot whatever we're going to be shooting and vlogging on Sunday, hopefully have that out and have them all ready and scheduled for uploads. Yes, I'm really trying to be in my consistent content creator bag, and I think we're doing something. Also shot something for Just Two Broke Boys as well, and I need to edit that, so that's probably the fourth thing, or third if I remove the vlog. But in any case, yeah, that is actually how the week went. An absolute baptism of fire, just trying to produce this really great image in such like high pressure situations, you know. But honestly, I think it came out really amazing. I can't wait to get to the end of this project. Not necessarily because I want to get it over and done with, but I think I'm just really excited to see what it's going to end up like. To go over the lighting that I kind of used for this, so we used two Godox 160 continuous lights. I'll actually put down their thing somewhere around here. We used two of those. So what I realized is the 160s aren't as powerful as I would have hoped, so I had to use two as a key, because again, we had a whole bunch of overhead lights you know, spilling everywhere. So, you know, having to kind of make them the main key light was, I think, the most challenging thing. Also, we had the window in the background that was tinted, so having to kind of figure out the correct white balance that I ideally want to use for that interview in that situation was also very tricky. And then off to the side, we put up a light tube with a bit of an amber light to it, just to kind of bring some color, because I think the wall was relatively like super, not very gray, but I didn't like how dull it looked in the main shot. And again, still trying to fight the overhead lights or the house lights that we were getting out of this whole thing. So yeah, we used two of those lights as our key lights, the Godox ones, one with a honeycomb so we get the light really soft, and then we had a fill coming in from a window on the opposite side. I think we could have used a bit of a stronger fill, perhaps another light, but you know, we live and learn. And then yeah, of course, just the Godox on the floor and then another one on a light stand, just to really give us some nice color contrast given the situation that we had. So that was just what I was thinking, trying to get the, you know, best contrast that I could possibly get in that situation, but also still kind of making sure that it looks just as great on both cameras, because again, this is a new style that I've actually never tried out before. So for it to go this smoothly when it did and this seamlessly. Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better shoot. I couldn't have asked for anything better again. So yeah, that was really fun. I hope to do a whole bunch more of these. Another thing that I'm really excited about is kind of conceptualizing my next montage, because I haven't shot a passion project in a while, and that kind of sucks. So yeah, I think as soon as that kind of gets, or rather as soon as that ball starts rolling, that'll be very fun. Actually, before I go, what I do want to start doing a lot more of is just tips and tricks. So I think most of them will genuinely be about lighting and shots and all that stuff. But I think if this can also be a bit of an interactive channel where I get to show you guys really cool tricks and then you try them out and you're like, oh my god, this was so cool. Yeah, that'd be really fun. But again, it's been your boy Mutikwe. Please don't forget to like down below and subscribe if you haven't. Catch you on the next video. Bye.